May I please invite Your Excellency, the Consulate General of Tonga in Sydney, Australia, the Honorable Louise Waterhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put a round of applause for our Consulate General.
Thank you. Your Royal Highness Crown Prince Tupouto'a, Ulukalala, distinguished guests, members of the Nomuka Tongan community, friends of Tonga, it's my very great pleasure to be here with you today in the presence of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince to celebrate Nomuka Day in Sydney. What a special occasion. It's such a great privilege for us to have you here, Your Royal Highness, and with the wonderful heritage of the Tupouto'a from the island of Nomuka. And I'd like to warmly thank you from the bottom of all our hearts for your honouring us with your presence today. Thank you. Although we know Nomuka is famous as an island paradise of unspoiled beauty, with white sandy beaches, crystal clear waters, lakes filled with delicious fish, rolling green hills and bluffs right down to the water, Nomuka has also produced some of the kingdom's best scholars, including Tonga's most revered religious leaders. But Nomuka has also had an important role to play in the legendary seafaring explorers from the Northern Hemisphere, as the gateway to Hawaii and a wonderful source of fresh water and wood. Nomuka saw explorers such as Abel Tasman in 1643, followed by Captain Cook, Captain Bligh, whose famous mutiny happened just the day after he left Nomuka, and then my favourite, the young cabin boy, William Mariner, who actually lived on the islands of Hawaii and was an adopted, privileged life of a prince for while he was under the care of the king for now, Ulukalala. And of course, what you may not know is that Tonga very nearly played a vital role in the settling of this colony, Sydney, way back in 1788. For Captain Cook, who named Tonga the Friendly Islands, also wrote of the lovely nature of the Tongan ladies. And as most of the first Sydney settlers, whether by choice or by not, were males, it was decided in London that dusky beauties should be recruited from the Friendly Islands under strict instructions. No compulsive measures or false pretenses should be used, and this would be the happiest way for the colony to survive. However, Sydney was not so hospitable, and after just 6 months in the colony, Governor Phillip wrote home sadly saying, "To send for women from the islands would be bringing them here to pine away in misery." So Sydney Cove was certainly not the tropical paradise suitable for girls in tapa skirts that had been optimistically assumed in London. Now back to the future. I suspect there are more Nomukans living here in Australia than in Tonga, and as part of our Australian Tongan community of over 30,000 people. As the Tongan Consulate here in Sydney, we've been serving the kingdom now in an honorary capacity for 40 years. Yes, since 1975, with a relationship that went back to when my father went through university with the late King Tupouto'a IV. And of course, we've seen Australian Tongans become an important part and a respected part of the Australian Tongan community. As Amelia said before, you distinguish yourselves by your love for one another, by your love for culture, and your love for the Tongan royal family. You know it's important to nurture your roots, to draw strength and confidence to travel through life's journey. After all, you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. And it's this strength that comes from this love that means you can come together and celebrate days such as Nomuka Day and help each other. I applaud you for celebrating Nomuka Day, and thank you, the organising committee, for doing a great job, and specifically to Melanati Tupui for including me, your consul, on this wonderful day. And thank you again, Your Royal Highness, for your good works for Tonga, and specifically for Nomukans at home and abroad. Thank you.